Democratic Republic of Congo is a step closer to completing an IMF loan program for the first time in its history. For more, Bloomberg's Ondiro Oganga is in Kigali. And Ondiro, let me just ask you, how has the Congo economy performed over the course of the last couple of years as this IMF program has worked its way through?
Joumanna, the IMF says the economy has been generally positive. Take last year, for example, they grew by 8.3%. And this is on the back of the country becoming the world's second largest producer of copper. And so there are certain conditionalities that the IMF set, and they're being hit albeit slowly, elections being one of the things that slow down this implementation. When we also look at indicators like revenue in the first quarter, it was very positive. And also the IMF commends them for making public the contracts, mining contracts that they have with Chinese firms. And to take it a step further, the IMF says that moving forward, they would like to see oversight mechanisms put in place to ensure that this money goes into exactly what it was intended for. Once the approval process is done, $200 million is going to be disbursed to DRC, and it's meant to bolster the international reserves.
Okay, so that is the state of the economy the last couple of years. What about looking ahead? What are some of the challenges that Congo is facing? And I know that it's a very resource-dependent economy, and given the spike in some of the prices of these raw materials, that's given a bit of a boost to the economy. But what does the outlook look like?
Joumanna, Congo is a place of both potential and challenges in equal measure. If we look at challenges, first of all, security is their big issue. For the last 30 years, they've been having a civil war, 6 million people displaced, and wars are really expensive. 25% of their national budget is going into that kitty, which is forcing them to push back on investment as they try to stabilize their country. In terms of potential, they have large deposits of minerals such as copper and cobalt that are driving the EV industry. And key to IMF was them revamping some of the contracts that they have with China for the minerals for infrastructure deal. They will be getting $324 million in the revamped deal. And also, like you mentioned, when the prices of copper get to about $12,000 per ton, then they'll be getting an extra 30% of the profit, and this is to go into rebuilding of infrastructure. The goal of the IMF through this program was to make DRC more transparent, improve governance so that it can be investor-friendly. The goal here is to ensure the central bank is independent. They have an independent budgeting process so that in 4 to 5 years, they have both micro and macro stability. And so they can go to the market to borrow, they can attract investors, but most importantly, they can spend money in social issues such as education and healthcare to grow the economy.